Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So I really wanted to do an unboxing and show you this harp as it came out of the package because I like to do that. But I looked back through my footage and I don't have it. So I don't know if I didn't tape it or if I just somehow deleted all of this unboxing footage, but I don't have it. So I'm just going to have to show you this harp and tell you all about it, which is a little less exciting, but at least we can have some fun. So this harp is just your standard model harpsicle from Harpsicle Harps. It has 26 strings, so it goes C, this is the C below middle C, up to middle C, and then another octave, and all the way up to G. So I like the harpsicles because I feel like they have a really good range. You can play a lot of music on the 26 strings, and especially because Harpsicle Harps makes their own music. You can find it on their website. I'll put a link down in the description. But because of that, there is just so much music that you can play on these, even if you get the ones without levers. So the base model of the Harpsicle Harp has no levers, and as I found out, I purchased this one used, and as I found out, you cannot add levers onto a Harpsicle Harp that does not have them. On a flatsicle or a sharpsicle, one of the ones that has levers, the tuning pins are placed much higher on the neck here, and you have bridge pins placed a little bit lower, and then there's enough room for levers. Now one of the reasons that your standard harpsicle with no levers is cheaper is because they also have no bridge pins. So there's no second set of pins along the bottom of the tuning pegs here. Now I thought, okay, that shouldn't be a huge deal. I can learn to install bridge pins. And actually no, it shouldn't be a big deal. But I did not realize until I opened the box and took this out of the package that these tuning pins are substantially lower on the neck, so there's just not room. There might be room for bridge pins if you really wanted to have them for some reason, but there's definitely not room for levers after that. So that is one thing to keep in mind. If you're buying the harpsicle to do a little modding, you're not going to be able to add any levers. But as I was saying, there's a lot of music out there that's written in the key of C and has no accidentals or anything, so you don't need any levers. And a lot of it is written aimed at sort of a more beginner crowd. So if you're just learning the harp, I don't think the harpsicle is a bad investment. A lot of people will say, you should start out with the best harp you can afford, or you should go with the most strings you can afford. And often I agree with that. I think it can be really helpful to start out on a big harp, particularly because having a really big, nice harp is really motivating to practice. You spent a lot of money on it, or you're paying every month to rent it, and it's big and grand and fancy, and it's very motivating for me at least. But I think the harpsicle is also a good harp choice. And I say that not because I think that people who buy a harpsicle won't move on to a bigger harp later, because I think a lot of people who get really into the harp will move on to a bigger harp later, because there is just more to play, and especially if you don't have levers, it's a lot more flexible. But I think a lot of people keep their harpsicles because they're just so convenient to have as a travel harp or like a beater harp, a harp you really don't have to be afraid of anything happening to it. And that's what this one is for me. It's very much, I bought it used, and it has quite a few marks from being used. And I put these really pretty decals on it. I have a link to a video about how to do these harp decals. They're just wall decals. They come off super easily. They don't harm the finish at all, so they're really fun. But yeah, I put those on to kind of cover up some of the more egregious spots, and I think it turned out really pretty. I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and do some playing for you so you can hear what this sounds like, and you can compare it to some of my other videos to see if you hear a real difference between different models of harpsichord. So that is the Harpsicle harp. If you're looking for one for yourself, I actually have two of them in my Reverb store right now. I'll put a link to that down in the description. And this particular one is for sale. I'm saving up money for a big fancy harp, so just kind of getting rid of a little bit of the extras that I have. But if you'd like to buy one new, you can do that on Amazon, and I'll put a link down for that, or the Harpsicle Harps website, which will also be down in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please do feel free to ask me. I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. I am still recovering from COVID and dealing with some pretty major exhaustion, so I'm a little behind. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click on that subscription button right up there. Otherwise, if you would like to join my Patreon or buy me a coffee, the links to those are down in the description. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.